Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So a little bit of a different one. We're installing a new splitter on the car. This isn't going to be a how-to, this isn't going to be a tutorial. There may be bits that you might be able to follow, but it's more of an experiment to see if I can get off my driveway. So I've bought a Maxton racing splitter, which is obviously slightly bigger, wider, longer than the TRC one that I've currently got. The reason I've done that was the TRC one because it got damaged in the past. It's starting to perish, so just kind of want to get rid of that one and fit something new to it. Now the problem is I bought this before I knew I was getting lowering springs, and obviously lowering springs to me is a bigger thing than a splitter. So I bought the splitter, then got the lowering springs, put the lowering springs on, and now I don't think I'll be able to get off my drive with this new splitter on. So we're going to see what happens. Anyway, the kit comes with these, which is a bit weird. They're like spacers, I guess. I'll show you the actual splitter itself in a second, but they come with spacers. They come with tie rods if you want to use them, I think. So obviously they're going to be mounted kind of like that. I really don't want to drill holes through my bumper visibly. So obviously underneath I wouldn't care, but visual holes in the front I'm not too sure about. So anyway, that's what it comes with. It comes with about 120,000 different nuts and bolts, which I'll show you in a second. But yeah, quite an advanced kit in terms of what it comes with and how to fit it. It doesn't come with an instruction manual, so if you're expecting one of them, it doesn't come with it. But anyway, let's go on to the install. I'll show you the splitter. I'll show you my driveway situation. I'll also pop a picture up just now of the TRC splitter coming off my drive, and we'll see if we can get this one off. So this is the 2000 nuts and bolts that you get given, and then this is the splitter I've gone for. So some are a bit more aggressive, some a bit more like kind of standout. Yeah, I really like it personally, off the car anyway. We'll see when it gets on the car, but obviously we've got a lot of holes to drill. So we'll see how that goes, and then your tie rods go into this part here, to my knowledge. It's the current state of my car. And that's the current splitter, so you can see it kind of sits really close to the actual bumper itself. My new one's going to sit out quite far. I really don't think I'm going to make it, but we're going to try anyway. Cool, and that's the driveway that I've got to get off. Okay, so I'm starting to look at it. I think I might be able to get off the drive, but we'll see. But that's how much it's sticking out now. So we've got quite a long front on it. So we'll have to see, but with any luck it works. I just need to get it centered and actually find out a way to balancing this properly rather than on cardboard boxes, as obviously I don't want to scratch the paintwork underneath. That's where we're currently up to. The painful thing is to get those lined up so they actually look correct. As you can see, the gap between this one and that one, we've pretty much got them bang on now. There's 4 centimeters gap here, there's 4 centimeters gap there, and then over there is like about a centimeter gap and a centimeter gap on this side. So now it's just a case of drilling holes and making sure it fits. So we've clamped on the end here, and we've also clamped on the right side over there, and then we're going to drill 2 new holes through here just so we can kind of get the splitter itself secured, and then from there we'll then turn it over and drill the actual holes out. So in between the splitter is quite a big gap. I don't know if you guys can see that. So through this gap there's actually spaces that you can put. I'll pull up to. So there's spaces like this, and they basically allow you to plug up the gap almost to create almost more airflow through that section there. So it allows airflow through there, and it makes it so it doesn't sag in the middle or anything like that. So we're now going to drill the rest of the holes. So I've drilled one on the left, one on the right. Now we're going to drill the middle ones and then the rest of them afterwards. Got it all? Yep. So the split's fully on. You basically have to put in about 2,000 screws and nuts to do it, and just make sure you line up the edges like I said before with the winglets. But that is kind of how it's going to look. So the plan is now attach it to the front of my car with like a bolt or two, and then attempt to go down that curb is the plan. If I don't make it down the curb, I have no idea what I'm gonna do, because there is so many bolts on the bottom of this. I'll show you the inside of how many bolts there are. There's one there, one there, one there. You've got one there, and you've got one there, two there, two there, millions there. I've pretty much ruined my bumper now, which wasn't the plan, but oh well, we're here now. I guess from me a year ago saying I don't want to ruin stuff and I want to be able to go back to normal, to the bottom of my bumper is ruined. So yeah, let's hope no one ever looks at that. So that's the amount of bolts underneath. It is ridiculous how many it's actually got. So anyway, doing the tie rods, I'm kind of against tie rods and I'm kind of regretting even doing it, but why not, right? So I'm just basically lining up about here-ish. If I just make that rest, that's kind of what it's going to look like. And now you can see the spaces as well, so you've got spaces in between here to almost create like air dams through. So I wouldn't be surprised if this splitter actually functioned as a working splitter, rather than like the TRC one that's just for looks. It does come with all like the racing stuff on it, so who knows, it might do. I don't really know how splitters work, but yeah, so that's how it's currently looking. And then we're going to drill it here-ish, so it sits like that. That's it, it's committed. Fully committed. This feels so wrong doing this. Good job. Cool, so that's tie rods done. I kind of eyeballed it, but it's kind of eyeballed measured. My number plate isn't actually central, so if you see a slight gap there and no gap here, it's because my number plate's got no gap here and a big gap there. But in my opinion, I love the look, but now's the test to see if we can get it off the drive or not. We're back. It's a brand new day. It's about 2 or 3 days actually on from when I first installed this splitter. Now I'm sorry that this is probably the worst video you have seen to date because of the rage quit that happened, but this is the splitter, and that is how it's looking. Now personally I love it. I really like it. Oh my god, the lighting's so bad. I'm loving it. The problem that I had was that I couldn't get the bumper back on. So if I show you kind of what went wrong, and then hopefully you guys don't make the same mistake, because obviously it's Maxton design, that means common sense and moulding doesn't go down well. So assuming people do this the same way, because TRC always does this, the end of the splitter should be at the end of the bumper. That's how I've always done it. That's how the side skirts work. The end of the side skirt is the end of the side skirt there. Same on that end. So you line it up here, you drill all the holes, you mount it, and then you're all good, right? But no. The Maxton one, you need to sit out by probably about this far, so it doesn't reach the end. like, I know that's slightly over, but the actual end of the splitter itself doesn't reach the end. It needs to be about here, which means everything needs to sit out a lot further. Now, I personally prefer it tucked in like it is. I think that looks wicked, how I've done it. Now, as a result of this, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see, but basically, I had to cut this under tray here. So to fit this, I had to cut, say me, Ben actually came over and saved me. I had to cut from here to here and cut this stupid thing to fit the splitter because the splitter's too big. Now the problem I currently have is this. So I've now got a very large bumper gap on one side, and then I've also got this. Now if we compare that to the other side, it's probably about the same actually now that I look at it, but the bumper's just not sitting fully on top of the car anymore. It's actually, now that I'm looking at it, it's not that bad, but I mean, you can clearly see in there, I don't know whether you guys can or not, but you can clearly see that's a big old gap. I guess from a distance it's not too bad, so maybe I won't worry too much, but that's the problems I'm having. I raged quit hard. The reason I rage quit, and I don't normally do this, I'd spent probably about 3 or 4 hours fitting this splitter. I was meant to be meeting someone to film his car, and Tom, I'm so sorry that I was late. I did apologise, and I think I bought them all drinks anyway to say sorry. But I felt so bad that I was late for something that I had planned to do. I think I was about 2 hours late, and he stayed the whole time, which is mental. So thank you for doing that. Like, I would never expect that from anyone. So I was kind of pissed off at myself for the fact that I had promised to do something, and because something had messed up on my car, i.e. the whole front bumper couldn't go back on, I was that late to something that, you know, I'd planned with someone else. Thankfully Ben came over, so thank you so much Ben for coming over and kind of saving the day, even if that did involve chopping some of my under tray stuff off. But yeah, no, seriously, if you're going to get one of these splitters, prepare for it to not fit how you expect it to fit. Same as their spoiler lip, expect it to have problems. Although it looks amazing, and I'm like so happy with it, and I can get off the end of my drive with it. I'll show you that in like some kind of vlog in the future, but I can get off the end of my drive with it, which is wicked. I love it personally, and I love the look of it, but in terms of fitting, there's about 3,000 bolts as you saw in the video, and it doesn't fit where you think it should fit, so just bear that in mind. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'm so sorry the quality of this video is awful. Like anyway, dislike if you really want, and just make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell next door. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Boop.